Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. So we're still doing the story of Musa alayhi salam. The last verse. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير الحق. Allah Ta'ala says, I'll turn away my signs from those people who show arrogance. So we were speaking, we discussed this before. We mentioned that when you humble yourself in front of Allah Ta'ala, then Allah Ta'ala will prompt you, will open the road for you to do good. But when you show arrogance, then Allah Ta'ala seals your heart. That is why also it comes in the hadith that when a person commits one sin, then a black dot comes on his heart. Then when he commits another sin, another black dot comes on his heart. And eventually his whole heart is filled with blackness. Eventually, his whole heart. So same thing here. That sometimes you wonder, you see some people that they are being advised day after day, and they are just getting worse and worse. This is what Allah Ta'ala is speaking about, that they become immune. They're not receptive to good anymore. Read it inshallah. وَإِيَّرَوْا كُلَّ آيَةٍ لَا يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَا. Yeah. وَإِيَّرَوْا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَإِيَّرَوْا كُلَّ آيَةٍ لَا يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَا. If they see every sign, they will not believe. So you got all the signs of the truth. You got all the signs of the haqq. But عَاتِي صُمٌّ بُكْمٌ أُمْيٌ فَهُمْ لَا يَرْجِعُونَ. Allah says, carry on. وَلَوْ جَاءَتْهُمْ كُلُّ آيَةٍ فَاعِلٌ. Yeah. Allah Ta'ala speaks about this. He says, Inna alladhina haqqat. There's another verse that Allah that the author brings to prove this point. Inna alladhina haqqat alayhim kalimatu rabbika. Verily those persons, haqqat alayhim kalimatu rabbika, that the word of your Lord has been fixed upon them. La yu'minun, they will not believe. Walau ja'athum kullu ayatin. To such an extent, if every ayat come to them, right? حتى يروا العذاب الأليم. They will continue in their misguidance until they see the azab, because of the arrogance Allah Ta'ala sealed upon their hearts. طُبِعَ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ. Carry on. Yeah. وَإِن يَرَوْا سَبِيلَ رُشْدِ لَا يَتَّخِذُوا سَبِيلًا. And even if they see the path of guidance, لَا يَتَّخِذُوهُ سَبِيلًا. They will not take that path. May Allah Ta'ala not make us from amongst these people, right? وإن ظهر لهم سبيل الرشد. The fa'il, right? لا, yeah, right. So وإن ظهر لهم سبيل الرشد, if the path of guidance manifests itself in front of them, they are told that this is the right way to do it. This is the way according to Shariat. This is the way how it is beloved to Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They will لا يسلكوها. So that actually لا يسلكونها because it's jaza. وإن شرطية وإن ظهر لا يسلكون. So that shart and jaza. The noon is dropped off. Ismail, you got it? So وإن ظهر لهم سبيل الرشد طريق لا يسلكوها, right? Yeah, right. وإن ظهر لهم طريق الهلاك والضلال يتخذوها سبيلا. And if the path of destruction and the path of misguidance manifests itself for them, then يتخذوه سبيلا, they will take that. And right. So in the next verse, Allah Ta'ala gives the reason for this action or this choice of theirs. Carry on. ثم علل مصيرهم. Allah Ta'ala furnishes the reason masirahum for their going to this. Yeah, Allah Ta'ala gives the reason why they go. Why is it that when guidance comes, they're not interested? When misguidance comes, then they're interested in the misguidance. ثم علل مصيرهم إلى هذا الحال بقول Allah, right? Yeah. Why? Because ذلك بأنهم كذبوا بآياتنا. Because these people كذبوا بآياتنا, they denied our. Yeah. كذبت بها قلوبهم. The hearts denied these signs, right? وكانوا عنها غافل, and they were negligent about it. They were not interested. So, like I mentioned several times, when you don't show interest, then Allah Ta'ala also doesn't show interest. But when you make the first move towards Allah Ta'ala, remember there's a hadith that says that person who comes walking to me, I come running to him. That person who comes running to me, I take him and I put him in my lap, right? That's a mafhum of the hadith. So same thing here. When you show that initiative, then Allah Ta'ala will follow it through for you. But when you don't show the initiative, nothing will be followed through. Carry on, right? Right. لا يعلمون شيئا مما فيها. They do not know anything what from this. They're not interested in it, right? Right. والذين كذبوا بآياتنا ولقاء الآخرة حبطت أعمالهم. Those who does believe in our signs ولقاء الآخرة and the meeting of the Akhirah. In other words, you don't have no yaqeen. They don't believe. You know, say, what's it verse? That verse here, أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَى إِنَّمَا نَحْيَا, was it? We love, we eat, we drink, and we die. It's the end of the story. What's it verse that comes in the... Okay, the verse escaped me now. But anyway, وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا وَلِقَاءِ الْآخِرَةِ حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُم. Their actions will be in vain because they do not believe in the Akhirat, right? مَنْ فَعَلَ مِنْهُمْ ذَلِكَ. Whoever does from amongst them, that is this thing here, that you're not interested in turning towards Allah Ta'ala, you say, no, we only will live here, and then a short while, then we die, then we perish. Must live once, make the most of it, enjoy life, do all, anything, everything. You don't believe in the Akhirat, that's what they're saying there. Because look at it here. وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. Those who deny our signs, وَلِقَاءِ الْآخِرَةِ, and the meeting of the Akhirat, حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ. The actions will be destroyed. So, مَنْ فَعَلَ ذَلِكَ مِنْهُمْ. Right? Whoever does that from amongst them, right? Yeah. وَاسْتَمَرَّ عَلَيْهِ الْمَمَاتِ. And he continues upon this. He continues with this status. You know, you live once. Why must you do this? Why must you restrict yourself? Why must you dress like this? Why must you pray? Why must you do this? Why must you do that? Then, حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ. What will happen to them? The actions will be destroyed in vain. It will have no weight, etc. So, Allah says, وَهَلْ يُجْزَوْنَ إِلَّا مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. Hal, well, you see, when you get hal and illa, then you translate it as it will not be, right? Like two negatives makes a positive. So hal yujzawna illa ma kanu ya'malun, and they will not be rewarded except that what they were doing. In other words, remember this now. Hal here is like technically it's for istifham. Hal is adatul istifham, you know that you've done it. But it is a negative, right? In this context. So two negatives make a positive. So they will not be rewarded except what they were doing. So in this dunya, whatever you get in the akhirat, it's only a result of your actions, right? فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ, etc. Carry on. Yeah. إِنَّمَا نُجَازِيهِمْ. Verily, Allah say, we will only reward them بِحَسْبِ أَعْمَالِهِمْ, according to the actions التي أسلفوها, the one that they done it in the past. Whatever they done, that is right. Yeah. In khayran فَخَيْرٌ. If they done good actions, فَخَيْرٌ, then their reward in the akhirah will be good. Right. وَإِن شَرًّا فَشَرٌ. If they done evil actions, bad actions, فَشَرٌ, then they will get bad actions in the akhirat. Yeah. Kama tudinu tudanu. Like how you do, tudanu is a majhul, right? Like dana yadinu. So dana yadinu, tadinu, how you do. Tudanu. Majhul, that's how it will be done to you, right? So whatever you do, that's how it will be done to you. Okay, we got the next verse there. Let me just pull it out here, inshallah. We're moving to a new verse. Okay, read the next verse, inshallah. Okay, you can read it. وَاتَّخَذَ من حليهم
ألم يروا أنه لا يكلمهم ولا يهديهم سبيلا اتخذوه وكانوا ظالمين.
Right. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وَاتَّخَذَ قَوْمُ مُوسَى مِنْ بَعْدِهِ. Right. And after him, the people of Musa made a calf from the ornaments, as they say, min huliyihim. Ittakhadha, a lot of times, remember, this comes in to make, manufacture, like it comes in the middle of sana'a. Yani, sana'a qawm Musa min ba'dihi. And he referring to after he left to Mount Turi Suna, right? Min huliyihim, from their jewelry, ijlan, right? Ijlan is a calf, jasadan, it had a form, lahu khuwar, it had a sound, alam yaraw annahu, did not see annahu la yukallimuhum, Allah Ta'ala will not speak to them, wala yahdihim sabila, and he will not guide them to any path. Ittakhaduhu, they made it, they manufactured this idol, wa kanu zalimin, but they were oppressors. So the next verse continued to narrate the remaining part of the story. When the Prophet Musa did not turn up after 30 days from the Mount of Sinai, where he was to be ordained by Allah Ta'ala after passing 10 more nights on the mount, the Israelites, who were hasty and patient people, began to make a fuss about it. So they said, now Musa is supposed to come back after 30 days. He never come back. Where is he? We were without a leader, etc., etc. Among them, there was a person named Samiri, was a prominent man, but at the same time had beliefs in superstitions. In other words, his old beliefs, his old superstitions, how we say in Africa, his baygalwafis, right? His rampies and his bumpies and his bumpies, was still there. He said to the people that the jewels and ornaments of the Egyptians possessed by them were not permissible for them. It may be noted that the plant of booty taken from the enemy after the field was also not permissible for the Israelites. The Israelites gathered all the jewels and handed these over to him. So he said, remember, when we left from Egypt, we had all the jewelry of the Israelites, the Coptics, the people, the residents of Egypt. This is not permissible for you. Remember, Nabi Sam said, from amongst the khasa'is of our ummah, is that the booty, the mal, ghanimat is halal for this ummah. Remember? So same thing here, it wasn't halal for them. So he said, you must give it to me. The Israelites gathered all the jewels and handed over to him. He melted these ornaments. He melted his own and forged a golden calf from it. A peculiar thing report about him is that he collected some dust from under the hooves of the horse of Archangel Gabriel, at some occasion, and had made this dust to have the effect of some kind of life. Samiri mixed this dust with the molten melt, and while preparing the calf, this made the calf to make a sound like the mooing of a sound. Interesting here. Jibreel, when you come to the dunya, and wherever his horse would trample, it's not here, but I read it somewhere else, that to the barakat of his horse, that place would become lush, it would become green, and it would become fertile. So he picked up some of that and he said, look, and he kept it. So the idea, this is like, it's life. So what he done is, when they were manufacturing the calf, he put some of that into the calf. So because it was so full of barakat and such lush, it had ability to give life. So it created like a little bit of life in the calf, and the calf was making sounds, right? Having designed this satanic invention, he invited the people to worship the calf and said it was God. He said, this is your God now to worship. He said that the Prophet Musa had gone to speak with God to the Mount of Sinai while God had come to them in the form of his calf. SubhanAllah. He said, Musa went to worship Allah Ta'ala, but here God came to us. How blessed are we? Samiri already enjoyed a place for respect amongst them. The unusual demonstration increased their trust in him, and they started worshipping the calf and took it as their God. The verse 140 has given a short description of this event, while other verses of the Holy Quran are described in detail. So what I'm saying is, if you look at the verse here, it doesn't give the full details of this happening. The full details are discussed in other verses, but we put all the verses together and we gave you the basic explanation. So alhamdulillah, we've done the English. So Monday now we will read Arabic, inshallah. We'll break now. We stop there. Oh, sorry, we have TAFSEER tomorrow also. Ne? So tomorrow we just have TAFSEER, so we'll discuss this. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah bihamdihi.